Good morning and welcome back and happy Friday. Today is Friday, October 13th. I'm glad we're all together today. I want to give some shout outs to students who have been taking accelerated reader tests. So these are students in each class who have taken the most AR test in their class. In Miss Sanders' class, Daytrell Thomas. Miss Rains' room is Elias Telez. Miss Brose' class, Gavin Milligan. Miss Bolt's room, there is a tie between Hannah Jackson and Jessica Lee. In Miss Wallace's room, Robert Grady. In Mrs. Plummer's class, Audrey Turner. In Mrs. Phelps's class, Tariah Turner. Mrs. Parks' class is Timothy Franzen. Mrs. Odell's class, Aubriana Meadows. Mrs. Merrill's room, there is a tie between J.R. Devon and Audrey Lee and Bentley Odell. Mrs. Mayer's class is Jerron Robinson. In Mrs. Hernandez's room, Madison Hawkins and Bella Haynes are tied. Mrs. Hart's class, Carter Allen. Mrs. Harwood's room, Helena Stone. Mrs. Edwards' class is Haven Deering. Mrs. Christ's room is Lincoln Rivera. In Mrs. Cantley's class, there's a big tie between Luca Atkins, Chad Carter, Jackson Conaway, Zenobia Crowder, Arabella Plemons, Shania Rollins, Javier Roman, and Wyatt Tolley. And in Mrs. Baumhager's room, Meadow Tuber, and Miss Baumgart's class, again, Timothy Franzen. That's impressive, guys. Keep up the great work. The student, though, who has read the most tests of all of those, with 42 tests so far this year, is Meadow Tuber in Mrs. Baumhager's room. Meadow, nice job. All right, I also want to remind you that today is Friday, so our TAG students have prepared the primary newscast. So make sure you hop over to their Google Classroom and take a look at that. Thank you, boys and girls, for doing your awesome reports for us each week. And lastly, we want to wish a happy birthday tomorrow on Saturday to Jeremiah Jackson and Tatum Williams, and a happy birthday on Sunday to Lyndon Gordon and Jack Halama. You all have fun celebrating this weekend. All right, let's make it a great Friday. Mr. Clark.
Thank you, Mrs. Kessler, and good morning, everyone. And I must say, good job, Mrs. Kessler. That was a lot to say. If you all would, go ahead and stand, place your hand over your heart, and join us in saying the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Since today is Friday, I do have quite the awful joke for you all. If you were a horse, what kind of condiment would you like? Remember, a condiment is like ketchup, mustard, ranch. So what kind of condiments do horses like? Mayonnaise. Right, get it? Mayonnaise, horses neigh. Anyway, also, today is October 13th. They're not laughing at my joke. It's okay. Today is October 13th, and it is the National Day of M&Ms. Now, I do believe on the package of M&Ms, it states may be made in a peanut tree nut factory. So we're not really allowed to eat those here, but hopefully at some point throughout the day today, you get a chance to enjoy some M&Ms. Happy Friday, everyone.